Hi, we're on week 8 of 18 to the Columbus Nationwide Marathon. Just wanted to give an update and a little comparison. I'm trying to be a little bit more up. I know last week I was dragging, umming, and awing, so I'm going to try to keep this going well. This week I had a long run of 15 miles. Last week I had 14 miles, and as you can see, the whole day wearing on me trying to get things done. After a 14-mile run, I was ugh. This week was no different because today I had a family reunion that was 2.5 hours away and had to fit in a run before then. So today I went out and just ran around the neighborhood to kind of eliminate the commute time that I needed. There were some pros and cons with that because around my neighborhood is a lot more hillier and my times weren't as great as I'd liked it to be. But the greatest thing was that I didn't have to really think, really try to plan out where my stops were going to be, where I was going to get this or that. Really, I just had everything in the fridge. I didn't have to worry about towels or anything of that nature. I didn't have to carry as much water. Really, what I did was kind of, midway through the run, I was stopping back at the house and then throwing things out, on the lawn as I needed it, for the next go round. And that kind of worked out fairly well. But God, was it boring. Especially when you have to do the majority of your midweek runs around the neighborhood. It was really boring, and I don't want to do that again. Also, this week, the interesting thing, and sort of last week too, as opposed to last year when I was doing around the 14-mile, 15-mile range, I noticed that after you get after the half marathon type of mileage, my hips were really starting to feel it and get tight for days after the run. This time, this week and last week, I didn't really have those problems. So I think I figured out what I need to do as far as the stretching goes and the cross training goes to kind of uh, compensate for that and to really make sure that that's not happening. I was really, really nervous, like thinking, okay, maybe that my hips are going to be so tight after running the 15 miles, stretching, and then sitting in a car for 2.5 hours. I thought I'm toast. But that didn't seem to happen today. And it didn't seem to really happen last week either. So whatever I'm doing as far as, the stretching and the cross training is doing well. Even if I can only get in 15 minutes here or there, I'm good to go. I was trying to log my times of how how many hours and I'm taking out to just run and cross train, and I only came out to around 5 this week, which is kind of interesting. I think I'm off a little bit, but all in all, that's not too bad. And to still be healthy about that, I think I'm pretty good. Um, I can't believe I'm so upbeat about this one, but I'm really starting to feel tired. It has been up since 5, now getting towards the nighttime, and yeah, I'm feeling it. Definitely feeling it. But another thing to note too is around this time last year, again, my body was starting to really feel the tweaks of the higher mileages. And one of the things too, I think I was really still working on the nutrition factor and what I needed to eat and take, um, and along with the hip tightening was this time last year my gums started to bleed a lot, not too badly, but more than usual. And the only times my gums have bled before was one when I was heavily smoking or too pregnant. So I noticed that too. That usually around this time last year too, and way up all the way up into the marathon, I honestly felt like I was somewhat pregnant. Like my body was getting drained of this training so much that other things were starting to kind of fall. I was getting tired more easily in certain circumstances. So this year again, I'm starting to make sure that I'm keeping up on the, thinking of what I need to eat. Last year, I didn't really know where I needed to pad the calories. I knew I needed to eat more, but I was open to the idea of I don't know where I need to put those calories or what I should be eating and compensating for here and there. Whereas this year, I have more of an idea. So I think that's helped me out tremendously um, from last year. So taking my cues from that. And this year, well, pretty much this week, I'm a little worried about the gum bleeding, but I'm not too concerned. As long as I'm feeling okay on this and that, I'll see what other vitamins or something that I need to take. It might just be stress. Who knows? I think my oral hygiene should be okay on that end. Next week's training is basically going to um, go down. I have like a more down level week. I only have a half marathon to run. I couldn't find one earlier that I could do a race wise to do around me. So I'll just be doing that on my trail. I'm going to be happy to be not doing those long distances around my neighborhood, especially after doing 15 miles around here. I'm ready to get out and do something different. I also have to travel for work again, but it's not going to be as bad. So hopefully I will be able to get what I need to get in. But it's again, I'm going down in the mileage there, and I'm hoping that I can focus more on the speed work on that end. Also, we have 2 weeks left until school starts, so it's getting everything together for the kids and whatnot. This is the time of year where they come out with schedules, so I don't even know what the next few weeks are going to be like where the kids need to go. I honestly just got an email from the volleyball coach that practice is tomorrow for the kids. So it's good to know, not even 24 hours into it, that that's what's going on next week. So I'm trying to be open to being more flexible with the kids. I'm going to be so ready to get them back into more of a routine and not this crazy time of year. Again, this is the more crazy time of year, and honestly, the runs are the only thing consistent as to what's going on. So again, I'm hoping that even though I think this is also where I slid off last year too. On the cross training was things were getting so busy with work, well not work, but the kids just settling back into school, so making sure that they were getting what they needed. And this was scheduled, that was scheduled, yeah, so offhand that we didn't really get to what we needed. Um, I didn't get to what I needed at cross training. So now that I know what I need to do, I'm hoping to keep up on that. That's pretty much what we have on the docket there. I'm pretty sure there's going to be funner things to come after next week. Um, Hoping to do probably a little bit more speed work on Wednesday. Again, this week I had a 5K and didn't really do any real speed work, but I'm wondering to see what I can do there, and I'm going to be doing a pace run to see if I can't get that under 8 minutes a mile on I want to say Thursday or Friday. So hopefully I can see what I can do there on that end, and maybe that'll pump me up for a better long run and long runs to be. Also, the weeks following, we are getting up to the 17, 18 milers. We're hitting the harder weeks onto that, which I'm excited about. And that's about all I have. Oh, and next week too, probably going over another time management type deal to see where my hours are really going. I haven't really calculated and seen, um, how much time I'm taking to sleep overall throughout the week, train and whatnot. I have it all logged in. I just need to analyze it, and it's getting late. So hopefully I'll be sharing that. But just wanted to let everyone know, wow, I'm feeling a little bit better even after sitting in a car for 5 hours today after a 15-mile run. So hopefully that can continue. Anyway, bye.